Hello everybody, Peter the Booklover here, and this is the monthly wrap-up. April's finally done, and we're going to talk about all the books I read in the month of April, plus all the movies that I watched. So, let's talk about these books and movies. Hello everybody, I'm Peter the Booklover. I have a channel to where I talk about books and I talk about movies. And in this video, I'm going to talk about my monthly wrap-up, all the things I've read this month, and all the movies I've watched, and all the videos that I have coming in the future. So let's get into this, but before I get into the wrap-up, I actually want to thank everybody for being here. It's really awesome that you're giving me your time. Thank you so much for that. Before I start the video, I want to say that I have a cat in heat, so you might hear her. But please forgive that. I forgive her for it because she can't help it. It's not her fault, and she doesn't mean it. I've got two female cats, and then they alternate with going in heat. So if you hear that, please forgive me. But let me cover all the books I've read this month, and then we're going to go into the movies, and then we're going to talk about what's coming. Okay, the first book that I finished this month was Rising Sun by Michael Crichton. And this was a really interesting book. I really enjoyed it. I didn't really like the ending that much, but it was still a fantastic book. I kind of did a read-along with other people, but I still haven't seen videos by them. I don't know how the read-along works, but I did a read-along with other people, but I felt like I read the book by myself. Although I had some people kind of read the book at the same time, and we had some conversations about it. It was pretty interesting. But the first thing that I read this month was Rising Sun by Michael Crichton, and I would recommend that book. Okay, the next book that I finished was something that I've been working on for a long time, and that was an audiobook of Flesh Rehearsal by Brian Bowyer. And this is a book that I've read it, the first time I've read it, I gave it an 8 out of 10, but now that I've done this audio book of this book, I've actually give it a little bit higher of a rating because it's actually a very good story. It's a pretty interesting story, and I like it a lot. It's a pretty fun book. It was a lot of work doing this audio book, and I'm glad that I finally got it done. I've been working on this for a long time, and it felt great finishing it. I've got about 26 views on it so far. I don't know if people like it. I've got 2 likes on it. If you have Flesh Rehearsal by Brian Bowyer, please do me a favor and listen to it as you listen to the audiobook as you read it. And, you know, I do some voice acting in there a little bit, and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your opinion of my audiobook. And then the next thing that I finished was Mrs. Frisby and the Rats of Nim. And this is the book that The Secret of Nim is based off of. And this was a fantastic book. I highly recommend this book. This book was great. I really enjoyed this a lot. And the thing about it is, I recommend watching the movie and then reading this book, because the book and the movie are different from each other, and watching the movie first is not going to ruin this book. And it's different because it's more magical in the cartoon than it is in the book. The book is more realistic, even though it's a story about mice becoming intelligent. So it's a fictional book, but it's a little bit more believable in the book than it is in the cartoon. Although it's not really believable, because I don't think rats will ever get injected with something and become smart like they are in this book. But it was a great story. I really enjoyed it, and it's a little bit deeper than the movie. It's actually a very intelligent book. I enjoyed it a lot. So the next book that I finished was World War Z. And this was a pretty great book. I really enjoyed this book a lot. This book really feels like The Walking Dead in many parts. See, this is a book to where World War Z already happened, and this is somebody interviewing all the people that went through this zombie war that didn't happen in real life, but they made it seem like this happened, and people gave their account of their experience of this World War Z. And it's an interesting style to tell this story, and it was pretty interesting. It's got some boring parts, don't get me wrong. This book wasn't as intense as I wanted it to be, but there are parts of this book that were just awesomely intense, and I really loved it. I do recommend this book. It was, even though it starts off a little slow, it once it picks up, it's got some awesome zombie stories in here, and I really love it, and it was a great time. And then the next thing that I finished was Atlas Shrugged. And this I've been reading for a while, and this is actually a pretty interesting book. Now, the thing about this book, though, it's in 3 different books, and 3 chapters in the 3rd book are like really boring. There's especially the chapter John Galt is speaking. It's like a really long speech. It's like 60-page speech that's very repetitive and it's very boring. And there's a couple other chapters in this book that where they go to like a hidden society, and those 2 chapters were kind of very boring and kind of hard to get through. But this book is actually a very good book. I really, really enjoyed Atlas Shrugged a lot. People might have the wrong impression of this book because you might think this is a book that's a pro-capitalist book and that's all there is to it. But no, there's an actually interesting story in this book. It's a long book. This is a very long book. This took me over a month to read this book. But I was reading other things along with this book, working on the audiobook and this at the same time. Took me a long time to finish it. And it is a very good book. So I highly recommend Atlas Shrugged. And then the last book is a book that I'm not done with. I've got a couple stories left. This one right here, Stephen King's Night Shift. And this was pretty cool. One of my favorite parts of this is the story Trucks. And that is like the story of Maximum Overdrive, but not really. A little bit different than Maximum Overdrive, but it has a lot of the parts that are in Maximum Overdrive, and it was a lot of fun reading that. It's got Children of the Corn, although I actually like the movie more than the story, and I'm not a big fan of the movie. It's got some great stuff in this book. I love a lot of these short stories. Quitters Incorporated, my lord, I love that one. And the Man on the Ledge, oh, fantastic. The Last Rung was a good one. The Mangler was a great one as well. This is a very good book. I've got a couple of stories left, and I'll have that done tomorrow. This is I'm gonna actually finish this next month. So this is gonna be the first book that I finish next month. Okay, so that's all the books I've read. I haven't read a lot of books. This is we've got 6, and including this one will make 6. So I really haven't read a lot this month because I was because the audiobook took a lot of time. So there was a lot of editing and it was a lot of work. Okay, so now we're going to go into the movies that I watched. Now, I've watched some great movies this month. The first thing that I watched was an incredible movie, Braveheart, a Mel Gibson movie, and that is an amazing movie. I loved it the first time I watched it. When I first watched it, I was drinking when I seen it the first time, and it got my blood flowing big time. I was very passionate when I was watching it the first time, because they have this thing in this story to where the England gives the right to the Englishmen to take the Scottish person's wife on the first night and have sexual relations with her. And boy, did that make me angry. Oh, but yes, this is a fantastic movie. A lot of great action in this movie, And the ending is just incredible. Heartbreaking, but incredible. Love that movie. Then the next thing I watched was Heavy Metal, the cartoon. And boy, that's a lot of fun, right? If you haven't seen that, that's got a lot of great animation. And it's like an anthology movie, and it's pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. Then the next thing that I watched was a story about a dog, a friendly little, well, a friendly big Saint Bernard that actually gets bit by a bat and then goes crazy, and that's the movie Cujo. And Cujo was a pretty fun movie. I liked it a lot. I love the book and I love the movie. Both of those are, I love it. And I recommend both, either or, the book or the movie. You gotta love it. And then the next thing that I watched was a double feature. And I've seen Death Proof by itself, and I enjoyed it. And I watched Planet Terror by itself. Now, the first time that I watched Planet Terror, I didn't like it that much because I was watching it seriously. And it just was like, what? This isn't that good. But if you watch Planet Terror and you're seeing it as a satire of zombie movies, then it becomes fantastic. And I really love it. It's over the top and it's crazy. And that was a lot of fun. Watching them back to the back was a fantastic time, man. I really enjoyed that. I recommend either one of them. But if you watch Planet Terror, don't take it too seriously. And Death Proof, man, that's just that movie is, for the car chase scenes alone, that's worth it. Oh, fantastic. And then after that, I watched the Ten Commandments because it's April and Easter is around here, and that's a fantastic movie as well. I love the set pieces in that. And yeah, and it's got a great performance by Charleston Heston, great performance by Yul Brynner, and great performance by Edward G. Robinson. Vincent Price is in this movie, and this movie is fantastic. Chances are you've seen it, man. A lot of people watch this for Easter, and it's definitely a great movie. And then the next 4 movies that I watched is kind of a marathon of Star Trek movies. I watched Star Trek the Motion Picture. I watched Wrath of Khan first, and then later on, Star Trek the Motion Picture was available, so I didn't watch it in the order I wanted to watch it, but I watched the motion picture, I watched Wrath of Khan, and I also watched Search for Spock, which is Star Trek Part 3. Surprisingly, this was directed by Leonard Nimoy, which was pretty cool. My favorite is Wrath of Khan. That's still my favorite. Interesting thing about Wrath of Khan is in the beginning of the movie, there's a room they go into and they see a copy of Moby Dick. And this book is a lot like Moby Dick because Khan is dead set on having revenge like Captain Ahab in Moby Dick. And it's really interesting that you see that book on a shelf in this story because, yeah, Khan is really after Captain Kirk. He wants revenge really bad, and it really costs him everything. And then I also watched Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, and that was a pretty interesting movie. The woman that's in Child's Play is in this movie as well, and this is about where they're trying to save a whale, and it was pretty cool. It's great because they go back in time and they go to San Francisco in like our time, and it's really cool. I really enjoyed that one. My favorite still is Wrath of Khan, though, man. That's a fantastic movie. I love the part when they put the things in the ear. Oh, you gotta love it. If you haven't seen Wrath of Khan, that's a pretty excellent Star Trek movie. Or the Star Trek Next Generation, The Borg. That's another really, really good Star Trek movie. And I'm kind of like in the middle of watching Part 5, which is interesting. That's directed by William Shatner. But I'm not going to be able to finish that movie in time. I'm kind of like halfway through the movie. And hopefully it will stay available on YouTube before I finish it, because I'm actually enjoying it so far, you know. So that's all the movies I've watched. I've watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 movies, which isn't that bad. That's a good amount of movies. A lot of great ones, especially Braveheart and Cujo. Great movies. Okay, so these are the videos that I have coming up. The first thing that I have coming up is probably already released, because I'm probably going to upload this on the 2nd of May. But the first thing that I have of May is going to be a Halls of 8, to where I got World War Z, and I've already read it. And then, yeah, because I couldn't wait, man. I had to read that one, like, right away. And then we're going to release on the 5th of May, Movie Talk, Day of the Races. Now, I had that already recorded, and it was supposed to be last month, but because I posted Flash Rehearsal, I had to move this video up to where it came out in May. And then May 8th, I'm going to do Book Talk number 25, and that is Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, which is a really good book. And then after that, I've got Book Talk number 26, and that is going to come out May 12th, and that is The Sea of Monsters, another Percy Jackson story. And then I've got another Halls of 8 coming on the 15th of May, and that is going to be featuring the Ninja Turtles and more. And then after that, May 19th, I've got Movie Talk number 29, and that is The Black Hole, and that is a great Disney movie and great sci-fi movie. Gotta love that one. And then number 27, I'm doing the Percy Jackson. I'm doing a Book Talk number 27, and that is going to be the Percy Jackson and the Olympians book series. That's going to come out May 22nd. And because I was going to do all 5 books, but I decided to just do the series because I don't want to do any spoilers and I don't want to get into any details. So I figured I'd just talk about the series and just be done with it. Although I do recommend Percy Jackson and the Olympians, because that is a great book series, especially if you're a fan of Greek mythology. And okay, the last, 2 more things. Then I've got Movie Talk number 30, and that is going to come out May 26th, and that's where I watched the movie In Cold Blood, based off of the Truman Capote book of the murders of the Cutler family. And that's a pretty grim movie, but an excellent movie. I thought that movie was great, and it really stuck with me, and I really enjoyed it a lot. Didn't enjoy it, but I did enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? It's a very serious thing. And then the last thing that I released is another Halls of 8, and this is going to be May 29th, and this is the Grimm Brothers and more. So if you're a fan of the Grimm Brothers, I've got a Hall of 8s where I talk about that and other books. So that's about it. That's what's coming. And that's about it. So this is my, also I hope you like my new intro card for the monthly wrap-ups. So this was everything that I did in April. I hope it was interesting to you. And before I go, I want to say, if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, hit the like button. It means a lot to me when you hit the like button. It goes straight to my heart, and I love it. Now, if you want to leave me any comments, I'd love to hear from you. Talking to the audience is one of my favorite parts of doing this, and I really, really appreciate you giving me your time to write comments to me. So please leave me a comment. And if you subscribe to my channel, I hope you're enjoying my video so far. But if you haven't subscribed, please do me a favor, subscribe to my channel. I do this monthly wrap-up, plus I also do 2 videos a week. You see what's coming, so I got a lot of stuff that's coming. And I would really appreciate your subscription, and I will try to make it worth your time, although I'm far from perfect. But that's about it. I want to thank you for coming by. I am Peter the Book Lover, and I hope to see you in the next video.